Hi, this is Eternal King bringing you another LOR video today. So I'm bringing you another community spotlight deck. This time we're doing Akshan Eddy. And I think this deck has some pretty serious chops for the competitive Eternal scene. So let's run through the list. And credit goes to Korotoru or again, I apologize if I'm not saying that name right, but this is a Runeterra AR list that I think has been circulating the community and is probably made by several other individuals. So again, I'm not taking credit for this deck. I make a very good point of making that distinction of like, okay, this is one of my decks, this is not one of my decks, but I still want you to make sure that you take, you pay special attention to it if I believe that the list has some sort of competitive merit. So first off, we have Forsaken Bakai, kind of draw fixing, allowing you to, of course, increase your chances of drawing into Akshan while chumping out your opponent's units and their aggression. So a very good card. Shaped Stone is a staple trick for Akshan. It protects them, makes them bigger on the swing. Treasure Seeker, granting you a Waking Sands, and also chumping into aggro. And again, potentially offering if you see, when we go down the list, you'll see there's extra Waking Sands value. That's really old school tech. Of course, Akshan is, the centerpiece of this deck. We're only running 4 out of 6 champions, so 3 Akshan, 1 Eddy. 3 Absolvers, protects Eddy, turbos him, grants, overwhelm, it kind of does everything. Once Akshan is leveled, and Akshan will always level in this deck. Desert Duel is a 3 of, staple removal card for Akshan. Grappling Hook is a 3 of, staple removal card for Akshan. So the way that this deck functions is that you're basically removing every single threatening tempo or aggressive card that your opponent has while turbo leveling the Akshan and then going for the real nail in the coffin, which you'll see in a little bit. Merciless Hunter allows you to, again, grants things vulnerable, so you can summon your ephemeral Sandstone Charger, charge into it. You can charge into it with your Akshan that has quick attack, or you can just charge into it with your Merciless Hunter. You don't really care if Merciless Hunter dies. Quicksands, again, it's a heal 4, it disables keywords. Swinging Glaive as a 3 of. Vicurin Vanguard is obviously your staple, turboing Akshan card. Grants you the Warlord's Palace or makes it tick down faster. Rite of Negation is a 1 of. This deck, a deck like this in Eternal, you're always going to be facing down burn. You want to be on at least 1 Rite of Negation. Captain Arnica as a 3 of is going to capture a unit or landmark. It's a huge tempo play, so obviously Eddy, Captain Arnica comes down, Eddy grants it a boon, and then it's harder to kill, so your opponent never gets the captured card back, which is pretty important. And then Enraged Fire Spitter doing the exact same thing. Both of these cards are 2 for 1, essentially. Captain Arnica tempoing out, capturing a unit, presenting a body for the block into the aggro and tempo matchup, so that's a 2 for 1. Enraged Fire Spitter, Mystic Shotting something, and then potentially getting like Deathless and then challenging something, and that's a 2 for 1. So either way, you're kind of 2 for 1ing out on tempo here with the boons. And yeah, that's the list. The whole idea being that this is a hard control deck, right? Your Akshan is strike spamming with the Swinging Glaive. That's very important through the mid game, and that you're just draining resources out of your opponent. And then you play your big tempo 6 drops, which is the final nail in the coffin when your opponent is sort of low on resources, and then they have to concede. And that's the entire deck. The big difference between this and the standard decks that you see like Eddy Galio and Eddy Shivana is that this is a control deck. Everything about this is control oriented. Everything is trading. Everything is denying tempo. Everything is denying aggression. Strike, strike, strike. Not caring about the swings, right? Because again, when you're running the Enraged Fire Spitter and the Captain Arnica, you're very, very confident that you're going to essentially, trade out the opponent. And, there's a little nice synergy that I like with Enraged Fire Spitter and Absolver as well, potentially allowing you early lethals. And yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the Kosutoro original version. He had some kind of meme stuff in there that I had to take out to make this deck as competitive as possible. So first thing I took out was Horn Swarmcaller. I believe that running Quicksands and Horn Swarmcaller is redundant. I typically run one or the other. So I much preferred the Enraged Fire Spitter. That's just going to be stronger in more situations, especially if you're on quicksands already. Then you don't need Horn Swarm Caller. It's kind of an either-or situation. And then the other card that he was running was Jay. So he was running Jay Madeira, and that's just so bad. Like, again, when I'm targeted draw one, like, yeah, there's a few targeting effects in this deck, but like, imagine if your grappling hook gets destroyed, or all you have is Shaped Stone and Absolver, and he's drawing one, and like it's a negative tempo play, and it's so bad. It's so bad in so many situations. So don't run Jay Madeira. This is the most competitive version of Eddy Galio that I can think of. It's very, very nasty, and I don't know why I'm even showing it to you, because this is literally the kind of deck that would destroy me. Akshan grappling hook spam into Eddy tempo 6 drop is literally like the worst thing that I could think of facing in Eternal for my playstyle, which is very fast. So, again, Akshan just grapple hook, desert duel, grapple hook, desert duel, boom, tempo 6 drop, I win game. And it just, total nightmare. So, but give it a shot. Let me know if you have fun with it. I'll be playing some casual games with it. I'm currently sitting at Diamond Rank 1. I'll be making my final push to Masters in probably tomorrow. So we're doing good. Pure climbing, pure win streaks. We're doing well so far. The only deck that actually beat me was this deck, and then it got me thinking, like, wow, this deck could be optimized to be so much stronger than it already is. And basically, I was one off of lethal, so I had him down to 1 HP, and I was just thinking, like, man, he doesn't run right in that deck, and he's not running Enraged Fire Spitter. Like, he could have won that game so much harder. Now, so here you go. Here's the better version of that deck to beat me. Alright, this is Eternal King, signing out.